Okay, so in this lesson I want to talk to you about Dynamesh. Now, if you've already used ZBrush, you'll know about creating the objects such as a sphere here, which I'll drag and then go straight into edit mode. I'm going to just close off the light box. And you'll know the potential problems that we have. You know that we can divide this model up and create more detail. And you'll also know that if we go into something like the move brush, if we stretch this, then you can actually start to kind of warp the actual mesh itself. So if I stretch this, you kind of get this warping going on here, which is not good. So, and there's no way back from this really. So what we can do to be able to work efficiently, I'm pressing the Control and Z key twice to go back, is we can work with the Dynamesh. So with this selected, I'm going to go to the Dynamesh. When I say selected, you should be on the subtool. We're going to go to geometry and we're going to go to Dynamesh. I'm going to set the resolution here to 128 and I'm just going to hit the Dynamesh button. Right, now what we can do is we can stretch this piece out like this, and now we start to get that horrible kind of effect going on. Do you notice? But we can get it to re-Dynamesh. Now to re-Dynamesh, what we can do, I'm just going to change my brush size down by pressing the space bar, is we can press the Control key and we can basically drag outside of the model. Okay, so we're not masking the model with the Control key, we're actually just dragging outside, and watch this model. Straight away it will clean it up. Let me just go back one, Control Z. Let's have a look at the polyframe. This is the polyframe. Now I'm going to re-Dynamesh by pressing the Control key and just clicking, sorry, not clicking, dragging. Look at this now, it's evened it all out. Well, this is fantastic because this means that every time I'm sort of stretching this shape around, and let's just go mad here. I've got the move brush and I'm just going to start to move things around quite dramatically here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to use something like the Inflate Brush, which I can get to here. I'm going to inflate this up so it's really big. Look at that, it's really, really chunky now. You can see the polygons. But as soon as I do the Control and I drag, it will evenly put the polygons over it. So you're adding to it. So this is a really good, and as I start to add more detail, I can increase the resolution. You can also decrease the resolution as well. So if I make a slight change here like this, I can decrease this resolution down. You see there? If I move this back up again, and I just make a slight change here, and then do a re-Dynamesh, you'll see I've got the detail back. So Dynamesh, a really good way of sculpting. When you're finished with this, you can then create a low-res model and you can project the detail from this high-res model onto the low-res model. And I'll show you that in another lesson. But that's the power of Dynamesh for you. And like I said, when you're finished with Dynamesh, you can just come out of Dynamesh by clicking here. And now this is just like a standard subdivision level model that you could come in here and subdivide if you wanted to. Okay. By the way, to actually smooth out, you press the Shift key and you run over it, and the intensity of that is controlled by the Z intensity, like the brushes. So there's not much to know with the brushes. It's just you've got a fall off, you've got an intensity. The fall off is the focal shift. If I show you now, if I just go back to something like the standard tool, so I press B, S and T on the keyboard. Oh, B, S and T. What's going on? Oh, I'm out of edit mode now. B, S and T, standard. You'll notice that the fall off, if I drung this over it, it's quite soft. But if I bring this fall off to 0 and I reduce the brush size, it's really hard. Yeah? And you've also got different stroke types as well, so freehand's quite good. But obviously if I increase the focal shift, it will be a much smoother transition. And of course pressing the Shift key, I can smooth it out as well. So that's just a quick look at Dynamesh and a few of the tools in there. Got some funny things going on. And yeah, I'll see you in the next lesson where we'll look at how we can project high-res detail from Dynamesh onto a low-res mesh inside of ZBrush. Welcome to UKOnlineTrainingCentre.com. Now I just wanted to tell you about my website. If you visit my website, you can get a lot of good deals direct from me. So get in the loop and visit ukonlinetrainingcentre.com, where I'm going to be offering discounts and coupons, latest news and previews, live webinars and podcasts for 2017. So it's a really good way to directly get in touch with me and see the latest goings on all of the courses that I create. Now remember, I also create the monster training courses as well. So UK Online Training Centre is a combination of all of my courses all in one place, and I'm going to be offering loads of new features for 2017. So hopefully you check me out and see what's all going on in the world of UK online training.